Hey, all you rebels out there, welcome to another episode of Crack Dice Gaming. With you, you got old Captain Shikaka here, and
Frank and Chewy?
And old Chick Donovan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
all right. Yeah, there we go. So, hey, we're going to be talking a little bit about pre-releases tonight. We're going to talk to you a little bit about some goods and bads, the ups and downs of the pre-release event. Hopefully, you got to a couple of pre-release events yourself.
Yep.
But I'm going to kick it off since I had the first pre-release event. I'm living over here in Hungary, so I'm 6 hours ahead, and well, at least 6 hour ahead of the East Coast.
Yeah.
And since that is the case, I was the first one to crack some packs and do the pre-release.
That is true. That is
And yeah, it was a good event. Like shout out to Meta Games and Rob, who hosted the event. They did a pretty good job. It was I don't know. There were some things about it that we can talk about later, but overall, a good event. Some really interesting things. Some things I didn't expect, to be quite honest. I think Krennic and Tarkin were very dominant in the pre-release events. I did not expect that. I thought Sabine and Leia. Well, I wondered about Leia because double green doesn't seem great, but like in a build deck, double A is great, right? But I really thought Sabine would be a lot more dominant, and I figured Vader would probably be pretty dominant, and Boba Fett. And Boba Fett did dominate, but I think the real winners there were certainly Tarkin and and Krennic. I went 4-1 in my games. The only deck that beat me, I was playing Vader Green, and the only deck that beat me was, in fact, a Tarkin deck.
Played 5 rounds.
Yeah, 5 rounds.
They played 5 rounds. Yeah,
I'm not sure, but I think the actual pre-release event schedule was to play 5 rounds.
I thought it was only
a best of 3, right?
Best of 3, 5 rounds. Yeah, I think so.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot of rounds, Coach. That's.
Hey, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I'm not the one that playing this. I'm not the one.
What'd you play though? What'd you play?
Yeah, what'd you end up playing?
So, I told you I played Green Vader.
You played Green Vader.
Ah, yeah.
That's right.
Mostly because I had these 2 cards right here.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't realize I didn't really have a great deck for Tarkin, to be honest. I had an okay deck for Tarkin. I probably would have maybe played Tarkin. But these cards right here, the resupply and the
super laser tech.
The super laser tech. I figured those are going to be a great Green Vader deck. And honestly, Green Vader was really good. I think he was a little slow compared to Krennic and Tarkin. Especially Tarkin. So the guy played Tarkin the only game I lost. I crushed everybody else. Best of 2. In fact, what we did at the end though was we played best of 1 the last 2 games because we were running out of time. It was getting late. But anyway, best of 3.
Yeah, it might have been getting a little late, Coach.
Yeah. So my first game best of 3, second game best of 3, third game best of 3. My second and third game I just wasted the 2 guys. But the first one, he was playing Tarkin, and every time he got his super laser tech round 1. Every time he got his TIE fighter round 1, put a experience token on it, so I couldn't just ping it with Vader.
That's tough.
And so it was tough. I mean, he was just just pinging away 3-3-3 every round with the stupid TIE fighter until I could take it out. So that Tarkin deck. I mean, you just don't have a lot of resources and tools. I mean, since you're missing a lot of those cards, I did have a force choke, but I only had 1.
Yeah.
And so not having some of those, like 3 of those cards or whatever, some of the other cards that were good. I didn't have an overwhelming barrage either. That was like a championship card. If you get that card, and you can it doesn't matter what deck you're playing, put it in, unless it's a hero deck, obviously.
But even in a
hero deck, 7 drop for it,
green hero, I'd still probably play it.
Yeah, maybe. My best pull for the night was the let's see here. I got 1 legendary. I opened 6 packs, or 8 packs, sorry. And my best pull for the night, if I can pull it out here real quick.
That's going here. Right, so that's about what you should expect. 1 8 packs
is the old home one.
Home 1. Look at that.
Which kind of sucked for all the decks I could possibly play, because home 1 is a green hero card. But the championship card for me over the night, and I think he's really good, is Old Rook. He is.
Yeah.
That dude is. So if you haven't seen this card yet, actually says he's shielded, so he comes in with his shield, right? And he's green villain. It says when this unit deals combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking, defeat that unit. So any damage that gets through and that leader's gone or that unit's gone. So I mean, you can take out like a big ATST. You can take out some big stuff just by hitting it with Rook. And so and if he's got a shield, he doesn't die. So you could take out they drop an ATST. They drop something big like that. You can just take it out with Rook. It gets rid of his shield, and you still got him alive. So and then they feel like they have to go after that character, right? So he was definitely a champion. He won me a couple of games for sure, just because I was able to they had two or three big things out, and just be able to take those things out with Rook with one card was just really powerful. So anyway, yeah, there was some really great stuff. That laser attack obviously helping me get Vader out. Vader felt a little squishy, to be honest. Like when I got him out, by the time you get him out, the opponent's got so many big things. They've got probably 8 or 9 or maybe 10 resources out. Like my opponent with Tarkin, I swear. Oh yeah, like bound by round 5 or 6, it felt like he had 10 resources. It was crazy.
Felt like you got two ramps in your deck. Really?
He got.
Are you forgetting to restore?
No, first game he got super laser tech and he got resupply out. So it would have been like round 8. By round 8 he had 10 resources.
No, round 6.
He's 7.
Round 7, yeah, round 7.
7.
If you double ramp.
Yeah. Yeah. So by round 7, yeah. So I mean he got it out and so he was dropping big stuff. Was it the Devastator, right? That's 10 resources.
That's a Devastator out on you? Oh, coach.
Oh yeah. Yeah, second game got Devastator out, and I had no Sentinels. It was over. It was GG at that point. I'm like, yeah.
Well, it's got Overwhelm anyway, so it'll wipe your Sentinel and then wipe your base too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, at least it's a buffer. It doesn't get just to smash the base, right? But
straight 10.
But yeah. So anyway, so yeah, a lot of fun. There's some things. I think the 3-round. Best of 3 is stupid. I think that's just a dumb thing. I think they should do round robin.
No.
I think it takes too much time. And honestly, the worst part about the best of 3 is I know they said games are going to be quick, but when you're doing the game with brand new players, I can't tell you how many players had never played the game, never even played a TCG before. And because of that, because of that, they're taking 30, 40 minutes, and it feels bad as a game, So this is the problem. I feel like FFG put pressure on the shop owners to make games fast with players who don't know how to play the game. So either they make a bad feeling for that new player, or they keep the rounds moving, or they don't keep the rounds moving. Rather, sorry. So the rounds are longer. So it's either make a bad feeling for a new player, or kind of appease the better players. I guess I don't know. It just felt bad. So and then that third game, if you went to 3 games, there was a whole bunch of us. There was probably I don't know. So I think we had 30 players, and of the 30, there was at least 10 to 15, if not more, maybe even 20. A lot of times that were waiting an extra half an hour, 40 minutes for that third game to go
because they're playing Sabine.
Yeah, exactly. So So I felt like that was I'm not trying to pick on FFG. I'm just saying I think that was a short sight on their part. They should have done a round robin, and maybe do a losers bracket thing. If you lose the first game, you're not necessarily out of it completely, where you can kind of work your way back out of the loser bracket into the top table. But I think that would have been way better than this best of 3 stuff. I know they think it's a fast game, and it would be maybe if number 1 you were playing a deck that you knew really well. And number 2, you just put this deck together. Half the cards you probably don't even know, even if you've been playing this game a lot. I mean, you just have played them a lot. You're not sure the interactions, right? But then if you've never played a TCG before and you've never played this deck before, dude, it's dragging. And then try to do that with people who English is their second language. Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, he's speaking.
I was the only. There's 2 of us. There was 2 English speakers out of the 30 players. So that means 28. English was their second or third language, and so it was. But overall, FFG, good game, a lot of fun. I really
you're basically
enjoyed.
The judge there. Then you're the judge.
I was something like that.
Because you speak the. What does this say, Bill? Bill. Well,
it's true because it's all the cards are in English.
That's a scary sight. Have a coach be the judge.
Having
Oh
coach
no,
interpret the cards.
Yeah, it's like
Oh man,
this says
scary.
my card kills all of your cards.
Exactly.
What? Oh,
My
okay.
my super laser tech, if it dies, it wipes your board.
Exactly. That'd be a cool card.
Flights the super laser tech. He fires the Death Star. That's his
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. It kills it
Jeez.
all. My
Look
super
at the
laser.
art.
It says my super laser tech does 30 damage to your base.
Yeah, that'd be something. That'd be something.
It destroys Alderaan, and there you go. So that's my take. That's my hot takes on it. Anyway, a lot of fun. Had a good time. Wish I could have played more, but we don't have a lot of great gaming stores here that we're hosting events. But a lot of fun.
You had like 30 plus people there, right? Something
Yeah,
like
we
that.
had 30.
That was
We had
registered.
30. I think it cut off at 30, and so yeah, I think we had 30. I think it maxed out at 30.
Nice.
30,
Yeah.
32.
That's a good show.
And like I said, I think the takeaway was there was, like I said, brand new players who never. I sat across from one. I think my last game or my second to last game who had never played a TCG before. He's like, "This is the first time I ever played in TCG." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you
so
crushed him. Good job. Way to do it.
Well, yeah, of course I did.
You gotta
It's
take
best
it,
of one. So
take it easy on him, Take it easy on him.
no, not pre-release. Sorry.
Man, of course it's messed
Oh.
up, man. Coach ain't
Messed
thinking.
up.
I'm up for the packs.
Two pack.
I gotta get my packs.
The two extra packs.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
our store did. Everybody got a pack for free. Like they just give you an extra pack. So you got the 6, right? And then they gave you an extra pack.
Yeah.
And then I was top 6, and I think top 4 got like the judges promos, and then
Oh,
and
you
then
missed out, coach.
and I think they got like, I think top 4 and top 3 maybe got like 4 packs each or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it was fun. Felt like I did pretty good.
Was it?
For playing
This is
Vader.
the question I've been waiting to ask you, especially live on the podcast. What was the difference in? It's good that you won a bunch of games because that obviously increases your enjoyment. I know you especially. But what was the difference in playing on TTS on the computer versus playing in person, real cards, real face-to-face interaction? Get your playmat out, all the tokens. What was there a big difference or no?
So for me, the big difference is I love cracking packs. I just love cracking packs.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
I don't care what game it is. I don't care what it is. I just love cracking packs. The excitement of being able to crack a pack and see what you get and building the deck. Like, I mean, honestly, to be honest, my
Sounds like an
greatest
addiction.
enjoyment.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What?
I think he's addicted
What?
to it.
My greatest enjoyment in these games is building decks. I love building the decks. Like playing,
Oh, yeah.
the actual playing it is fun, but I would rather just build decks, right? So that kind of stuff is, but the so
Build
I
the
think
decks,
that's
let Chickadee and Crank and Chewy play them. I like it.
Yeah, Cricket Chewy, Chickadee.
so like I think overall, because you're doing that, and then the face to face, always, like getting to know people and hang out with people and seeing the people that love Star Wars and love the game is always fun. And then like some of our old friends, that were there, like Sabi and Flora and those guys and Rob, and hang out with those guys, our Hungarian friends, was a lot of fun. So I think all overall that was really cool. Although I would also say about pre-releases, I feel like pre-releases really don't test your skill. It's more luck based.
Nope.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
100% luck bust. 100% luck based. It all depends on what you pull. So the one caveat, the one thing I would say. The one thing I would say so the two things I would love them to see
I have
them
a
do.
counter argument to that one.
A round robin, right? I'd love them to see them do that. Get rid of this best of 3 garbage. It's stupid.
No.
And then a round robin with you can get
yeah.
No, I'm not saying the constructed, regular constructed. I'm talking like a pre-release. And then number 2, you can play any hero. You should be able to play any hero.
I'll agree with that.
Because I had a awesome Boba Fett deck, and everybody around me stinking got a Boba Fett. One dude got 2 Boba Fetts, and I didn't get one. I mean, literally, I'm at a table with 4 other people. I was a Flora, Rob, and Sabi, and they all pulled a Boba Fett, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, so either if they're not going to play him, then like they put all the heroes in a circle, or put them in the middle and let people draw. All the heroes you're not going to play, put them in the middle and let the people take those from those heroes or something. I don't know,
At
but
least the common heroes, I could see that. Maybe not
Yeah,
the rare
maybe
heroes,
not
but the
rare
common
heroes. Like,
ones for
isn't
sure.
Boba Fett rare?
Boba Fett's common.
He's common.
he's
Thrawn
common.
is
Yeah,
rare.
that's the
I
thing.
know
Like,
Palpatine's rare.
well, but here's the sucky thing. Like, so like if so like me, my majority of my cards were yellow. I did not pull a yellow hero. I pulled two stupid IG-88s. Like,
I pulled so many stinking
IG-88 with the yellow base.
IG-88s. That's all I pulled was stinking IG-88.
I
All I
pulled
pulled
two
was Sabine
Leias,
and
which
Chewie.
Leia is not good in this. Do not play
She's
Leia in
okay.
this.
She's okay.
I should get a
What
ton of
you
rebels.
Yeah, you need rebels, which
Yeah.
unless you happen to just pull into like a million rebels. But like, so I had I had like Jabba the Hutt. I had a whole bunch of like just really great yellow cards, and I had an okay deck for green, and garbage for blue, and a little bit of red. So I was able to put together a Vader deck, but that was about it. So
What, you went
I, I
5-1, coach?
yeah, I couldn't
So
play Tarkin. I just didn't have enough green cards, and I couldn't play Krennic. I had both of those characters, but I had hardly any blue cards.
Yeah.
me too. I
So
didn't
Oh, I felt that.
much blue
Yeah.
on
I
my
kind
deck.
of thought
Too
about one of
limited.
those two, but I'm like, I played against some of those decks, like people who wanted to play Krennic and Tarkin because they thought they were good in this format, but they didn't have the cards for them, and I crushed those decks with Vader. I mean, I obliterated
Yeah.
those decks. But like, if you had the deck for Tarkin or Krennic, I mean, if you
Oh,
had enough of those cards, they
so
were
broken.
they were dominant.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like, again, if I had pulled a Boba Fett, I probably would have went 5-0. I had that. I had that. I had the Slave One. I know that's not a PC word, but
FFG is
that's what it
about to
is.
send the email to
Oh
us to
man,
give
That's
us
there
the
we
invite, and
that's
go.
here you
crazy.
go.
There we go.
That is not.
Man.
Listen, that is
Mouse is
not
hovering
called
over
Fett's
send.
Fire Spray. Stop with the PC garbage. It's called the Slave One. That's what it's called. Let's just call it what it is. Listen, all right? It's called Slave One.
That's
That's what it's
Oh
called.
man, I'm gonna have to bleep this one out. Post it.
No, you can't be called. You can't be bleeping this out, man. That's what it's called. It's called the Slave One.
Here you go. Here you go. All right.
Don't be changing the names of these things, man. That ain't cool. We all know it ain't no Fett's Fire Spray. This is called the Slave One. Slave One. It's called.
we can't keep the
Haters gonna
reference stuff
hate,
in,
but this is the
dude.
truth. It's the truth. It's called the Slave One. It's not called Fett's Fire Spray. I'm gonna take my card. I promise you this. I'm gonna take my card. Now that I was hoping I get a Fett's Fire Spray. I'm gonna take my card. I'm taking a Sharpie marker.
Yeah,
I'm crossing out the Fett's Fire Spray, and I'm gonna
I bet
either
you would.
print it or print it off and say Slave One across the top. So when you play me, you'll see Slave One. I might even
Yep.
put it in Hungarian, so when people play me, they know.
Oh my gosh,
They
There you
know.
go. There you go.
coach.
All right.
I'll put it in 7
Um,
different languages. Everybody will know what
I'll
it's called.
put it in a language you can understand.
Like, you won't even see the picture on the Fett's Fire Spray. It'll just be all the 7 languages
You
going
say
down
this
across.
in a language you can understand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Chicky D is not good with this conversation. All right, Chicky D. So how was your pre-release?
How was my pre-release? My pre-release was good. I went to
They're the stupid dumb. Oh man.
okay, my Chick Donovan's pre-releases. So I went to 3 pre-releases. Was grateful to be able to go to 3.
Yeah,
Fun
he got
time
to go to
overall.
3. Some trash.
I know I got to go to 3, right? Let's get the 2 most negative experiences out of the way. So in total, I cracked 34 packs over the weekend. Bought 18 in the pre-release
Mhm.
kits, won 16 because I placed well because I've been playing the game for a long time at this point now, right?
Yeah, what? 6
Uh,
months?
yeah,
Long time.
since day one. We've been here since day one, right?
Yeah,
Only got
yeah.
2
Cracked Ice Gaming
legendaries.
has been here since day one, by the way.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
true.
I only got 2 legendaries in those 34 packs, right?
Yeah.
It's
So
brutal.
I got a Boba Fett
Brutal.
legendary that I got in my first pre-release in my first 6 packs. I didn't play yellow villain, so I didn't even field a legendary in any of my 3 decks that I made. So, and I went 9 and 2 overall. So there's something that would say about coach's point about luck, about getting all the luck pulls and that
Yep.
winning you the pre-release. I went 9 and
Absolutely.
2 without pulling any legendaries and playing any legendaries. So that was kind of not great, only pulling 2 legendaries in 34 packs. And then the other not great thing was I don't mean to trash on the game stores. The game stores I went to were all awesome. They were all pretty good. But at one of them, we spent like an hour and a half deck building. Deck building was supposed
Yep.
to start at 5, and then at like 6:30, 6:45 is when our first round started. And I was fine to, you're only supposed to do 30 minutes, but if the stores want to do a little longer for the newer players, that's fine. But even the newer players were like, "Okay, can we play with the cards now?" And I don't know
Oh
what
yeah.
took so long. I
Uh-huh.
have no idea. Um,
I
that was
think
just
no,
not a great.
I think
Go ahead.
the rules from FFG were they were supposed to take like 50 minutes,
Yeah, it was
It was
50.
50
like,
minutes.
It was 50.
It was a long time because when I talked
Yeah.
to Rob, Rob's
okay,
like, yeah, we have like all this time. I'm like, man, we've been deck building for a while, and I'm like, hey Rob, how
Uh-huh.
much time we got? He's like, oh, you still got 30 minutes. I'm like, what? Like I was pretty much done. I'm like, what? 30
but
minutes?
this
Like what?
was this was
So
like over. This
I
was
don't necessarily
way
think that's the
way
store's fault
over.
though. Well, yeah, like an hour and a half is
Well,
Yeah, an
ridiculous.
if it
hour and a
was
half's a long time.
if it was like over an hour and a half. Yeah, so that
That's like
wasn't
if
great.
you
Everyone
know,
was just sitting around
were they
waiting to
like
play
putting
for like 20, 30 minutes.
were they like
Go ahead.
putting
What?
like poop times in there too? Is that the deal? Like in case you had to take
I
a
have no
do
You
some
gotta
idea.
logging?
take a
I
dump.
had
Is
Yeah.
was that what's
I got
going
no
on there?
idea, but it
Like in
worked
case
out
there's a
really
line at the
well
back?
because now in that time, a bunch of people went up to the front of the store and bought play mats and tokens and stuff. Because
Oh,
Oh, there it
that's
I
is.
not
know,
That's why
I
it
know.
was.
they're like, "Hey,
So
by the way, since you got some free time, you got some play mats and tokens."
we got some
That's
play mats
messed
up
up.
here. Yeah. So
Jeez.
uh but then at one of the other game stores I went to on Sunday, after the second round, but after the timer had stopped for time on that round to the time we started playing our next round, it was like an
Yeah.
hour. Oh, it was so
Yeah,
long. It was something with the software. I don't know what software they were using, but they said it was like a new software and it like pooped out or whatever, so they were trying to figure it out. No, that's not their
yeah,
fault. I don't know who if it was FFG software or whatever, but they were using a new software or whatever and it messed up. So okay, fine.
yeah.
But then like 30, 40 minutes go by and then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna" they pull he pulled this guy. He's a cool guy. I love the guy. He's hilarious. He pulls out a clipboard and a pen and
He
paper
starts
and
taking it down.
manually does the pairings. I was like, "Oh my god,
That's awesome.
this is
Was he pulling out like a
crazy."
six-sided die to roll? Like like
Yeah.
he's gonna do
He
he's
was
pulling
doing
up the
all the
champs
math
cube.
and it was kind of fun to watch him like do all the math. It's kind of funny.
Jeez.
Um,
Like, how you
but that
doing
was
math by the
probably
pairings?
yeah. It was like so your first pairing was this, so your strength of schedule this, and just
Yeah.
math and all out.
Wow,
So
wow,
that was
Pretty
yeah,
probably
impressive.
like the only. And I will say, I'll get into the games here. So, first pre-release, I played Green Bean Sabine. I got ECL in these 6 packs with Green
Lucky.
Sabine, and I had 3 gorilla attack pods. And also had like
wow,
a battlefield marine and an A-wing. And so I was like, all right, Green
yeah,
Bean Sabine with ECL, let's do it. I ended up going 3-1. My only loss was to a Tarkin deck, which I found out Tarkin was really good into Sabine
Yeah.
because with Tarkin, you need to kill his Imperials that he puts out
Hmm.
before he can load them up. But Sabine, you just want to go face. So it's like I would play
Yeah.
a Battlefield Marine. He would play a Shore Trooper.
yeah,
Load
And
it
I'm
up.
thinking, okay, I want to go face to base, but I have to take out that Shore Trooper before he bumps it to a 3/4 and trades into me.
yeah,
And
exactly.
so, like I have to take that trade, but
Yeah.
that's still not a good thing to do with Sabine.
No,
Yeah.
it's
But went
not.
3-1. I played
Wait,
Scott from Golden Dice. Shout out
do
to
you think?
Scott.
Hey,
Great.
before you go
Go ahead.
there, do you think if you
Yeah.
would have just went face the whole time to his base and ignored,
No.
would that have changed anything?
No.
No, because like I
He
play
makes
the
awkward
Marine, he
trades.
buffs the Shore
Yeah.
Trooper, he gets a great 2-for-1 trait. Like he
Yeah.
kills my Marine, the next round he kills whatever I play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I suppose.
that it's just a tough matchup.
All right,
Yeah, I was gonna
shout out to now. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do your shout out again.
Scott from Golden Dice, great guy, great player. Played him round 3, and he was playing Green Vader. I was still on Green Sabine, of course. I lost the first game, but what I realized, the thing is, I think what you want to do with ECL, I was sort of saving it for my gorilla attack pods, late game, but early game, it's almost better to use it so you can get a great efficient trade. Like
Yeah.
Like round 1, I played an A-wing. Round 2, I brought out a partisan insurgent with ECL, so it gets the raid 2
Yeah.
and turns into like a 3-4. And then just like that, my early game board is stacked, right? So I won game 2, and then game 3, I loaded up this one battlefield marine with an academy training and an infiltrator skill. So it was just a 6-6, 6 to base every round.
It's crazy.
Uh, so I edged out that game. So that was
That's
good.
brutal.
I know it was great. It was fun to watch my battlefield marine go off. Um, Second pre-release, it was more of a newer crowd, more newer players. There weren't too many experienced players there, and I played Tarkin at this event because of how good Tarkin did at the last event.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I played him with blue because I had 2 scout bike pursuers, and I just loaded them up with upgrades and experience, and they just went off.
Yeah.
yeah. Those
Went
scout bikes.
3-0 at that one.
What's those
Yeah,
scout bikes do again
They
for
got
our
they're
listeners?
1-4s with grit.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty good.
So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you get
And
the
with
point.
Tarkin, you can throw the experience points on them and keep bumping them up and keep gritting them out.
Yep,
And
yep.
Oh yeah.
That's yeah. Um, so in my 3rd match, the game for 3-0, the game for the championship or whatever, it was against a newer player, so, this is where I agree with you, coach, on the best of 3s. I think these pre-releases should be, like, best of 1s because he was newer, so we, like, took a long time to make his choices, which is fine, like, you're a newer player, that's how it should be.
yeah,
And so, like, he would make a decision to do, and then, like, I would immediately know what to do to respond. And
yeah,
even
yeah,
that, we at the end of time was called, we just finished our 2nd game, so it was 1-1, and then we ended up rolling a die to determine the tiebreaker. That's how we decided to do it, and I ended up
Yeah.
winning the 3rd game on a die roll. He was
yeah.
playing Boba Fett, and he had a really stacked Boba Fett deck. He
Ooh,
had Force Choke in there. He had a
Oh
Fett's
man.
Fire Spray
Slave one.
slash
Slave one.
you
Slave
mean Slave
1.
One?
I've been
I
calling
don't
it
know
no
what this.
Fet's fire
Slave
spray.
1.
I'm not sure
He had
what
a
is a
s
Fet's fire spray.
We ain't know what
I've never
Fet's
heard of
fire
that.
spray is. Yeah, what's
Is
that card
is
about?
that
Yeah,
from one of the movies? Is that from
that's
like
what he
one of the
called it.
legendary books or something? The Fet Fire Spray
Yeah, the Legends
Yeah,
book.
was that his
Fett
first?
he
Was that his first ship before he got the Slave One?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about this.
Is that from the Clone Wars? I don't know where that's from.
I have no idea. I'm waiting for them to it was unique. It was a unique ship, so I thought it was a Slave 1, but the thing said Fett's Fire Spray, so I was a little confused.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know what that
Actually,
is. Like,
I
wait,
regional
what was?
governored and said Slave 1, and he played Fett's Fire Spray. I was really confused. I was like, "What's going on here? Like, what is
Was
this
that
card?"
was that his dad's ship? Was that the name of his dad's ship before
Oh yeah,
he named it Slave
could have
One?
been, could have been. Yeah.
I
Was that the
uh,
was that
I
the
don't know, but
they just called it
even I was say, even for, like, a newer player, he just had this stacked Boba Fett deck, and I was like, I if it went to the 3rd game, he probably I don't know. It's tough to say who would've won, but,
yeah.
yeah, it was fun. So 3rd pre-release, I played 3 of my 4 matches were against the Golden Dice guys, so shout out to Golden Dice. I played,
Boom.
Flock round 1. Flock's a fun opponent. Watching him do math is great. Uh,
Why did he have to
it's
take his
funny
shoes off or something or what?
take his shoes off, what do you mean?
You need to take
To
his
do
shoes off.
math.
To do math? To take his shoes off? Oh, to count. No, he didn't have to use his toes to count. He had tokens. He got the Gamegenic tokens because they were at the community event.
Oh,
Oh
nice,
So,
wow,
nice.
wow, that's pretty
yeah,
nice, you
Oh,
know.
Golden
Yeah,
Dice made the
yeah,
Crack
they
Dice somehow
did.
didn't get invited to that. I'm not sure
yeah.
why.
I know.
I can't imagine
I'm
why they
local
didn't
Hey,
too,
invite
just
us.
man. I'm local, FFG. Come on.
just so you know, like Golden Dice made it, but like our Crack Dice guy beat the first Golden Dice guy. Let's see if they beat the second one.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine why we didn't get invited to the
Yeah,
event.
exactly.
There's a laundry list of reasons.
Yeah.
It's a laundry list.
It's a whole shopping list.
Yeah, we're crossing them off though, one by
Yeah, we're
one.
getting through
Yeah.
it.
But
So
we're
yeah, if
also adding more as the days goes
Yeah,
on. We're crossing
exactly.
for every one we cross up, we put 2 more on.
so like if we
Cut
beat
off
every
one
if we
head,
beat
2 more
every
shopping tickets, please.
podcaster out there, if we dominate every podcaster out there,
We
then
get invited, right, FFG? That's how that works.
we get invited. Is that how that works?
Is that how that one works, right?
Sure, probably not, but
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
I hope so. I hope so.
So the second
Yeah,
game
so,
or the second time playing the Golden Dice guys, what happened?
yep, I beat Flockton. He was playing blue target or was it? Yeah, it was Blue Tarkin. Yep, Blue Tarkin. And
Uh,
this time I was playing Vader. I had a green Vader shell with 2 laser techs and a
Nice.
resupply. So I was like,
oh, that's brutal.
and I had ECL in this as well. I pulled 2 ECLs into my pre-releases. So I was like, well, we're gonna do this. I also had Rook in my deck, but I don't think once I ever attacked with Rook and like did his
Really?
ability. Like Rook was just kind of there. He just I don't know. I kind of
Did you
just
get him on the board or no?
I did it in a couple of my games, yeah, but I think I basically just kind of won the game at that point because I just ramped so hard and Vader came out and then I had a maximum firepower that a couple of times I played off Vader and I would
Jeez.
just wreck their board, take down their 6 cost unit or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So that was great.
Yeah.
3rd game, I played Jack from Golden Dice and he was playing Blue Vader. The first game was an
Blue Vader.
absolute nail biter. Yeah, Blue Vader. I was playing Green
Mhm.
Vader, so I think I had an edge.
Yeah.
First game,
Yeah, for
absolute nail
sure.
biter. He had my board was cleared, right? He had 1 health on his base, and he had, like, a decent board setup, and so I played a Callus and ambushed my Callus into one of his units, one of a unique unit, so I got a card draw off that. The card I
Yeah.
drew was Keep Fighting, which lets you ready
Oh
a unit with
man.
Ready a
with
unit,
3
yeah.
or less power.
Yep.
And so I had 3 resources left. He had already claimed. I played Vanguard Infantry, keep fighting, Vanguard Infantry to base for the last damage.
That's brutal.
Uh, so
Nice.
I got a really nice top deck there with the
Wait,
keep
wait,
fighting.
didn't you
I had 3 keep fightings in the deck though, so
Oh, it's a
there's that.
really good card.
wait, but didn't you
Yeah.
have wait, Callus wait, Vader's ability, is it a red card or a villain card you have to play? It's a
A
villain card,
villain,
right?
Vader had been defeated that round, so Vader was
Oh, he got defeated, so you couldn't play his
he was
ability. Okay, because
tapped,
I was
yeah.
gonna say,
I think
why didn't you just Vader ability and take his last point?
yeah, I think I don't remember exactly. I think I probably would have been able to find a way to win anyways.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly, but it was just a sick top deck, and I was like, "Bam, keep fighting, ready, go into
yeah.
base." But
Hey, do
then
you know
he said, "Go ahead." Yeah.
hey, do you know on the Vader ability, since we're talking about it, if your opponent has his board wiped and you have guys out and you have Vader
You have to do it
ability,
to
I assume
yourself.
you have to do it
Yeah.
to yourself, right?
Have to do it
It's a
to
must. Yeah,
yourself. Yep.
yeah. I actually had to do that in one of my games. It was worth it,
Yeah.
but
Jeez.
Spin your laser tech.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have a laser tech out. That would have been nice. I didn't have anybody with grid out either. That would have been nice. But yeah,
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Alright, so then game 2, it was like it was like he was just doing the space race back in, like, the '60s or whatever. He just threw out a bunch. I had 2 spaceships in the whole deck.
Oh
So that was
man.
my
jeez.
weakness.
Jeez.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
had,
and
Yikes.
he
what
knew
is it?
it.
I had a Star Viper and a Ruthless Raider. Ruthless Raider is great in sealed.
Oh yeah.
Even the
He just
Star Viper's good, right?
Star Vipers.
Isn't that the one
yeah,
shielded?
Yeah. No.
it's the 3/3
Or is
restore
it?
2, the
Oh,
green
Restore
one.
2. Yeah, that's a Restore 2. That's what it is. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
it's still a decent ship anyway. And he just threw out a bunch of spaceships, got a tie advanced out, a bunch of experience, and just raced me, crushed me. But then 3rd game, so the reason I had 3 Keep Fightings in the deck, even though it's not a great card, I had Fifth
Right.
Brother in the deck, and then I also had Rook in the deck, which are 2 great targets for Keep Fighting. And that's how
Yeah.
I
Oh,
won
yeah.
my 3rd game. I played a keep I did Fifth Brother, did damage to my own guy, did damage to Fifth Brother, hit the base, Keep Fighting, and I don't know, did like 7 or 8 damage in that one
Nice.
final burst. So Keep Fighting won me both games against Jack.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah.
Jack, being the kind soul he is, gave me a nice little loot token box.
Pretty
So
sweet.
Nice.
It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
elevators on the back too. I don't,
Sweet.
free to yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, and Flock
Did
also
you get
gave
him
me
to
a nice
sign
little
it?
golden dice.
Did you get him to
I
sign it?
should have. I don't
And
this
you gotta
material
take a Sharpie
isn't
everywhere you go. Come on.
I should have. I asked Flock if he could sign my golden die. I got a little die. Um little golden dice die. Let me get that out too. Yeah, where's that? Yeah, right here. Should be right here.
Hey, while he's pulling that out, folks, like this is one of the championship cards for me. In this format, I wouldn't play this normally, but I think in this
Trash
format
coach.
because you're playing so many
Oh,
ships
that's
and
pretty
stuff,
sweet.
and there's not a lot of ships being played.
I know.
I got this
Sick
out on
die.
my TIE fighter, and my TIE fighter just kept doing 4 4 4, and it's a 2 2. So your TIE fighter goes to 3, 3-4, right? On the TIE fighter, one cost
4-3.
TIE fighter.
4-3.
4-3.
Oh, 4-3, 4-3. Yep, a 4-3.
Yeah.
It's actually it was a good card. I
If you
I
got a lot of ships, I agree. It's a decent card.
not
Upgrade
even
for
if you
trade in general.
no, but well, if you got a lot of ships, but I think even like almost every deck, you're going to have a lot of vehicles because you're just going to have to. You're gonna probably have to choose vehicles. I
No.
mean, really, like
No.
ATSTs. I my only choice was I had probably 6 vehicles in my deck at least,
No. Trash. 6 vehicles.
just because that's all I had to choose from.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, upgrades
The
are
Walker, I had the
extremely
Walker,
fast,
the
so
ATST, TIE Fighter, the I don't know, a couple other ships in there, and it was worth having it in there for a 2-2 because like I think the other thing is just there's just not a lot unless you get really lucky. There's not a lot of upgrades, and that on a TIE Fighter, that on an ATST, that on anything, just that 2-2 is not bad for 2. I mean, it's an even
yeah.
trade, right? But even the ability is not horrible, right? Attached unit gains on attack. If this unit isn't attacking the base, you may deal 2 damage to a unit in the defender's arena. So if you attack another unit, like an ATST, you attack another unit, then you get to do it. It's basically Vader's ability on a stick. And come
Yeah,
out.
Pretty much.
it's good. Maybe one day you'll be able to play it on a General Grievous like you could in Star Wars Destiny.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Sweet.
If General Grievous comes out in the next set, I'd totally play that.
You can play any upgrade on this character.
Yeah.
We're disregarding all play restrictions.
Yeah,
Ignoring all play
exactly.
restrictions. Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right. Talk
Alright,
to us about the championship round then. Right?
Championship round. I'm 3-0 against the Golden Dice guys. Who comes and sits down in front of me? Scott from Golden Dice. I'm like, okay, can I make it 4-0? Can I get the clean sweep? I didn't get to play Brian at all. And so I had to play Scott twice. Scott sits down. I'm confident in my deck. I got Green Vader, got triple ramp, got some other good cards. He sits down, Green
Tarkin.
Vader. I'm like, oh
Great.
great. Who's
the mirror
who's
match.
I'm like, who's got more laser techs? I'm like, I have 2 laser
Right.
techs. Surely he doesn't have 2 laser techs as well.
Right,
He's got 3.
And so the first game, no. For the first game, he slams a laser tech. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna slam a laser tech. Then next round, he slams a laser tech. I'm like, oh geez, I'll slam a laser tech.
You're
And
kidding.
so
You both had 2?
we're just lazy. Yeah, we're just laser tagging back and forth.
Jeez.
But here was the difference. He brought out Vader. I bring out Vader. And we're basically just mirroring each other. But he had. I don't mean to say he had just had better cards. And that's why he won this game. But he pulled out an overwhelming barrage and barraged my whole thing away. Just barraged everything. I
That
didn't
card's
have
so
any
good
OBs.
in this format.
Overwhelming.
Yeah,
Wow, such
so
a good
I think
card.
that's the MVP of this format, honestly.
definitely one of them.
One
Any
of the
format,
best
it's
cards.
one of the best cards in the game. Top
Yeah,
5
but
probably.
especially in this format where your units are so precious.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, they can
Yeah.
just board wipe you, and that's just. I mean, once they board wipe you, that's game over.
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
about.
Yep. And then they just swing for base for 7 if it's on Vader.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you're just trying to play catch up the whole rest
Yeah,
of the time. Yeah,
the entire
So,
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he won game 1. Game 2, I had a chance to win, but I made kind of a miscalculation in sequencing and math. I had 2 health left on a steadfast battalion,
Yeah.
which is a trooper, and I had general tag in my hand that I could have played, but I made a math calculation error, and so he attacked with Vader on base and did the 2 damage to kill the battalion, where I could have played tag, gave it an
oh,
experience. Yeah, it was it was a long weekend, and
Yeah.
so
Just
Scott
takes
won.
so long. It
Scott
sucks.
beat me. Scott and I are now 1-1 against each other, which makes me think, we got to get a third round eventually somewhere at some sort of venue where we
Hey,
have our
Unplayable,
third
the
game.
showcase
So,
series, guys. We're here.
oh
I'm
yeah,
playing. There you go.
that would be great.
Let's make it happen.
That would be great. Yeah. So overall, fun time, good time. Got a bunch of cards, not great legendary cards or a showcase leader. Got to meet some cool people, beat up on the Golden Dice guys a little bit, and
yeah,
yeah,
no
just had an
surprise. Our
overall
crack
fun
dice
time.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, crack dice
crack
guys.
dice.
Yeah.
We're here.
No,
We're here.
We, coaches beating Bobby Sapphire in a random TTS game before.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah,
just that
That's true.
exactly. Took him
Saturday
down,
afternoon TTS game.
talking smack, and he's like, I can't remember what was his response. He was like,
From like
"Whatever,
8
man."
years ago or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8 years ago in
You
Destiny. Yeah.
coach puts in the chat. I just beat Bobby frickin' Sapphire.
Yeah, I just
I
beat
think he
Bobby
did he
freaking
respond? He
Sapphire.
said something like, "Whatever," like I don't know.
Just
Whatever, man.
whatever, man.
Whatever,
He just
man.
played some garbage deck and
Yeah, he
I
was.
just
Yeah,
beat Bobby
I
frickin'
just beat
Sapphire.
Bobby
yeah. I think
freaking
I
Sapphire.
was like playing droids or something. And he was playing. I don't know.
He's playing some trash.
Alright.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it
I
wasn't that
just
bad,
beat
but
Bobby
it was actually
freaking
it was
Sapphire.
actually I think the decks are actually comparable. He just got some bad rolls on
Were
TTS,
they?
Were
and
they?
then of course I way outplayed him because I am still Hungarian national champion for Destiny.
Uh,
Just in case you want to know.
did you use that mat at the event?
I was so stupid. I forgot a mat.
Oh, you
I was
idiot.
running late,
What are you
and
doing,
so
That's
Flash?
probably because you signed up for the pre-release 2 days before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I didn't think we had any pre-releases in Hungary. All of a sudden, like I'm like, you guys looked it up, and I'm like, oh, there's a pre-release. What in Hungary?
Yeah, on
Yeah,
the
there you go.
website. Yeah,
Yeah.
at the game store you would always go to for Flesh and Blood and for Star Wars Destiny and all that stuff. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's the one. All right.
Believe it or not.
Well, I didn't figure they'd do it. I didn't know I didn't think we'd have pre-releases. I didn't think it'd get all
I
the way
didn't
out
think
here.
they were either. But
Well, I know I looked, but in my defense, I looked at the pre-releases that were scheduled on the FFG website, and it wasn't listed.
yeah, that's where I found it the other day.
Yeah.
I know,
it's
but
just not listed.
when I looked, they must have
Ah,
put it on kind of last minute because it wasn't there like a
yeah,
week or two ago or something like that.
Yeah, understand.
understandable.
All right. we get into my
Yeah.
stuff now. So
We
we're
yeah,
what
we
3
we
and
beat
1?
up on all the other content creators.
Yeah.
Moral of the story.
Yeah. I get to see some of the guys from Outmaneuver at my second one. I didn't get to play any of them though, fortunately. That's
Aw,
what it is.
dang.
Yeah.
They're too scared. They knew better.
They knew.
They were at the
Yeah.
bottom tables, weren't they?
He was actually right next to me. That's the funny part.
Right next to you were table 1, he was table 2. Is that how that works?
No, I was table 3, he was table 4, I think.
Yeah,
table
yeah,
4,
yeah,
table
something
5,
yeah.
something like that.
Still underneath the
2 and
crack
0.
dice.
The
Yeah.
2 and 0, 2 and 0, yeah. He was on my
2-0.
right hand
Okay.
side,
How'd
so
you
yeah.
not play? Did you lose or did he lose? Which one of you
No,
lost?
no.
That
So
led
no,
to you
no.
not playing?
So first off, right? So first pre-release I go to, I signed up like a day before because there wasn't. Well, maybe it was like 2 days before. Because they had a
Like
guy.
coach.
They had a guy drop it. I was like, oh, perfect. I'll sign up. Cool. So got to go to that one. It was at this little store. I'd actually never been to the store before. And I went there. Some pretty cool guys I met. One guy. So we're opening all our packs. All right. Guy right next to me. First pack he opens, Green Vader, legendary. I'm like,
Mhm.
are you freaking kidding me, man? Come on.
You got the Green
He
Vader.
got the Green
legendary.
Vader legendary. No. It gets even
Man.
better though. Okay.
The
So there's
One
like
card
yeah.
I would have loved to have gotten.
Yeah, so there's like 6 of us at this table, okay? So he pulls it.
Seven.
Then the guy that's across from me, 2 players over, he pulls a stinking green legendary Vader. I'm like,
Two of them?
yeah, 2 green legendary
How in the
Vaders
world
at
did
my
that happen?
table, and I didn't get either one of them. I'm like, you kidding me? And then so about 3-4 minutes
Thinking
go by or so.
figures.
3-4 minutes, and this guy goes, he shouts, he's like, oh man, showcase Sabine. I'm like, you freaking
What?
kidding me? Oh yeah, showcase Sabine. Yeah,
Nice.
What is that thing worth? That's got to be what, $700-800 or more?
probably.
No, they've gone down.
Yeah, probably like 500-600 for a Sabine.
Oh, only 500 or 600. Okay.
Is it really I don't know.
It's
I'd have to
probably
look at the
for
price.
Sabine.
I don't
Sabine's
know.
one of the better leaders. I know Palpa's going for
There's-
like 300, 350. So
Really? Jeez, for
I
a
could
pound.
imagine. I could imagine Sabine would be more. But
Yeah.
That means Boba
Put it
Fett
up
must
on
be like
eBay
over
that day,
1,000.
yeah. No way. I don't know actually.
But yeah, he pulled a
Shoot,
showcase
who
Sabine, and I
knows?
was like, damn, unfortunate.
Yeah.
What did I pull? Absolute jack squat. No legendaries, no nothing. Now FFG, okay. We always give you some criticism here, FFG. Criticism. We're what's it called?
Constructive
Yeah,
criticism.
yeah, instructive criticism. Yeah.
Yeah. Help out the game.
Yeah, we're helping out the game, okay? FFG, I got one thing to say, okay? It is a really crappy feeling when everyone else around you's pulling, showcase Sabines, green legendary Vaders, and I pull Jack. I mean, literally, like, The best card I pulled was like a with the Gold Squadron A-Wing or something like that for my Sabine deck. That was pretty much it. That's about all I had. And I pulled pretty much nothing. So if I were to do your pre-release kits, FFG, here's what I do, okay? So the odds are what, like 1 in 6.5, 1 in 7 packs for legendaries, something like that. Let's just put a legendary in every pre-release kit, you know? I think that's a good idea. Pre-release kits ain't gonna be around forever, you know. Just put a legendary in every one of them, you know. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That way,
why not?
That way, you know, you're paying $30, you know, you're getting a legendary. You feel like, you know,
a guaranteed legendary in the pre-release. I think that's a great idea.
Cool with that.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
and why not just put it with the Luke Vader? Just make it a random card, put it with Luke Vader, so that you know you're gonna get it.
Yeah, put a legendary with the.
I'll put it in the packs. Put it in the packs. Let me crack it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to crack it, but you know, but I don't know, like, how do you? Like, I'm sure, like, they got somebody manufacturing those packs. So how do you know which? Unless there's unless they ship a case or something. I don't know.
I got an objection.
Objection.
So, Crank and Chewie said it'd be really crappy feeling if you know everyone else is open legendaries. What if when you all crack your legendary, Boba Fett, Vader, Luke Skywalker, Mace Windu, and then you open yours, and I would like a Vigilance, but what if it's like, you know, a crappy legendary?
I'd still be okay with it, you know.
You know,
at least you're cracking a legendary, but not even get a legendary.
Everybody's getting Mace Windu, Boba Fett. I mean, it does solve some of the problem. I would agree.
Yeah,
I think that would be an overall good issue. It's at least one good step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think it was Rebel Spy. He was talking about it. Mike Rebel Spy. I think it was him or it was D House. One of the two. It was like, yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, but I just think, you know, it'd be there's somewhat levels the playing. Like, it's just a really crappy feeling. It's like, man, you know, I pulled absolutely nothing. I'm playing basically commoner out here, you know.
A single, maybe they do it a single aspect legendary.
No,
instead of a double, because the double aspect legendaries,
I'm okay.
They feel bad.
I'm okay with the double aspect legendary. No, see, because I mean, so they obviously they have to know, like, I don't know all the manufacturing details, but they have to know, like, you know, what packs are what, you know, like, you know.
Maybe not. Maybe it's totally random. Maybe they don't know, like, which.
Like what packs have a legendary?
Are you guaranteed?
Because you're guaranteed how many 3 in a box, right?
You're not guaranteed 3 in a box. No, it's not like Destiny. No, that's what the odds would say.
Well, yeah, I mean, odds say it's technically 3 in a box, but
man, there's nothing worse than buying a case or not a case, but buying a box
and not getting 3. Yeah, that's
like, and then your buddy gets like 6, and you're like, what?
I just think you know,
that's a bad feeling. That's a horrible.
It's like that time. It's like that time Crank and Chewie and I split a box for Christmas of Destiny. I got 5 of the legendaries. I got Mace Windu. I got Sabine.
Yeah.
What'd you get? You got
some trash or something. I don't even remember. It was some
T7 Ion Disruptor.
Yeah.
The worst in the
worst,
set.
Yeah, the worst one in the set.
The worst legendary. Yeah, it was some crap legendaries they came out with.
Oh yeah. I just think I don't even care what legendary it is. Just put a legendary in the pre-release kits, you know? Just make sure it's
I'd be with that.
Like, you know, if it's a double aspect, fine. I don't care. Just do something. You know, because, like,
we'll trade for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it has some use, and then, you know, you're not getting a bunch of commons and uncommons, you know. That's just my opinion.
I think that'd be good.
And as far as I'm concerned, like, I would only allow 1 legendary in the decks.
No.
Yeah.
Nah. You pull a bunch of
legendaries, you get to play it.
No, but what I'm saying is, like,
Coach, like, that's a bad take. It's a bad take.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Let me tell you why. This is about positive play experience, right? We want positive play experience for new players, because when a new player has a negative play experience, they don't want to come back because they had a negative play experience, right? And so if they're getting crushed by some guy who's got 3 and 4 legendaries that they just pull stupidly out of these packs, that sucks.
Who's pulling 4 legendaries in a pre-release kit, Coach?
I don't know. Like, I mean, if it's completely random, you could potentially have 3 or 4. I mean, you know, the chances are slim to none, but you could potentially. I'm just saying, you know.
And then they all be the same
let's say you're guaranteed. But let's say you were guaranteed 1 legendary, and you pulled 2 more. Let's say, you know, so that's 3.
Maybe it's fixed.
And if you were able to play all 3 of those legendaries,
Coach,
and against somebody who's got pretty much all commons, how sucky would that be? I'm just saying, you know, like, I mean,
That's a that's a
any game
very,
when you're playing
It's an
basically commoners against
it's an
legendaries and rares,
obscure
that
take
just
there,
sucks.
coach.
But
think
I think it's
about
a
it.
valid point. I think again, you're trying to do positive play experiences, and I think that there's things that they could do to make this
Okay, but then
like the character
look on
thing.
the
That's
flip
what I'm talking about. The character thing. It's a horrible play
Here he
experience
go
when you
again.
have a deck full of yellow cards and you don't have a yellow character. That's just a horrible play
look at the
experience.
flip side of that, though. If you're a new player and you pull 4 legendaries in your
You want to
box,
play it?
just like that, you're
See,
coming back to the next event.
it's true.
You know, just like that, you've had a very like that.
Yeah, but for every probably what 300 players that actually that happens to, there's
Way more than
299 players
way
that
more than
didn't get that.
300.
That pulled
4
Look,
4
playable
legendaries?
legendary in 6 packs that all fit into the same aspects and deck.
and
That's what I'm
coach, there's no
saying.
way. There's no
No, that's what I'm saying.
even
Like
if you
it would be like
pull,
1 in
even
400 or 1 in 1,000
it's
that
gonna
would
be like
or
one
1
in
in
two
10,000,
thousand.
It's like
you
1 in a
know.
million.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say,
whatever. I mean, whatever the
coach,
random
this is
is,
such an
but
obscure take, coach.
yeah, but you're
Coach,
saying that
this happens to like
that guy
one
is going to
in.
come back if he pulls a four
Yeah,
legendary and just plays it. And I'm saying, yeah, sure, he would come back, but
and
the
he I
299
agree.
other players or 300 players or 1,000 players that got crap and got crushed aren't coming back to the next event.
Well, well, how about this? Then why some of the legendaries aren't even super
Good.
powerful.
Yeah,
Like, would you rather stick a Mace Windu in your deck or an Overwhelming Barrage? I'd rather stick an OB in my deck.
yeah.
Well, yeah, of
So,
course, but
case
it's
in
still
point.
stuck in Mace Windu, and
Case in point,
I get
coach.
rid of some little crappy nothing character.
Yeah.
Get rid of
Anyways,
Anyways, off of coach's obscure takes here. I don't know what that dancing was.
coaches, that's got to be a segment. Coaches,
Coach's
obscure
obscure.
take.
Yeah, here we go. There's our new podcast segment. Coach's obscure take.
we need to do a podcast on just
Coach's take for the point zero
positive play
zero.
experiences. How to make positive play experiences.
We could do
I
that.
could do that. Yeah.
We're
Anyway.
probably not the people to make that podcast.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. No,
No,
no.
you don't want us making
No,
that.
I think no. In
That's why
fact, I
we
think
should
we are
make
the
it,
people
though.
to make that. I think we're the only
Yes.
ones to make it.
Yes.
Nobody else has got the guts to make a podcast like that. That's the thing.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
do. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like Unplayable's done something like that before.
Well, yeah, unplayable.
Unplayable did
I'll
that.
give it
Yeah.
unplayable. Well, yeah,
Anyway, all right. So
us
back
and
to
unplayable.
my pre-release. All right. You know,
Back to the pre-release
after
after
the
the
10
30-minute
minutes.
tangent.
Yeah. So I played Sabine. That was pretty much what I pulled. I pulled a Krennic and a Tarkin, but I pulled Jack Squat to go with them. So I was like, well, I'm stuck playing Sabine, and won the
Yes.
won the first game. So it was a new player, and so I kind of taught him how to play the game, all that kind of way. Let him. I didn't want him win a game, but I let him get close.
I didn't want to win a game.
I'm not gonna hurt my
I get
rank.
close.
Yeah,
he,
let him get
he did
close.
5. He did 5 damage to my base. It was pretty
Yeah.
close.
Oh, we got up to 21.
That was all
Yeah.
from Sabine's ping, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I did more damage to my base. Yeah, but
Crazy.
so went 2-0. They were also playing Sabine, and so yeah, that was an interesting one. Next game I played.
And you played a bunch of NPCs, didn't you?
Easy win.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Magic Unlimited. Ooh.
Nope. Oh, yeah. Oh,
3
yeah.
Death Troopers? Holy cow. That's brutal.
I think I pulled like 1 all weekend. I ain't gonna lie.
How are you getting 3 Death Troopers? Jeez.
Mm,
I feel like he pulled some Death
it
Troopers in some previous pre-releases and
was
stuffed
that
his.
starter set Grand Moff Tarkin in there, too?
Oh, you conceded. Nah,
I'd go with pen and pad.
from 9 to 19 or 19 to 9? Wow.
Record your games,
Wow.
folks.
Yeah. Gotta do pad and paper. That's brutal. That's stinky. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good card. It's no overwhelming, but
Infiltrator skill. That's how Scott beat me too in the last game. Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Oh,
It's and yeah, 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 yeah. The infiltrator skill.
Oh crap! I just
I mean,
realized.
and it's a 1-1, right?
Okay, so yeah, I gotta redo that. I gotta redo that. I was muted.
what? Oh,
I
gosh.
unmuted myself to cough and I forgot to unmute.
Like, when did you start the mute?
Yeah, how long have you been muted?
It was at the start of my pre-release thing. Let's talk about it again.
Oh my god.
My bad.
All the dice?
No.
We gotta
That's
go
all.
through all
That's
the
all
dice?
good. No. So, my bad. My bad. I was coughing and I forgot to unmute. So, anyway, back to my pre-release, my first one. All right, I played Sabine.
He was muted.
Shut up. I'm a little.
If you're wondering why we started the
I'm a
video
little.
over,
I'm a little
it's because he
sick right
muted
now.
himself.
Yeah, my bad. I had to mute the cough, and so I'm a little sick
All
right
right,
now.
say
Though.
your stuff over
I
again.
got sick from my pre-releases. So I played Sabine. First matchup, I played a mirror match Sabine. Won that one. It was a new player.
Yep,
Keep this short and sweet. Second match.
please.
Second matchup.
Please, yeah. It feels like I've heard this before.
Second matchup, I played against a Luke. It was a new player, and I had 2 MVP cards from that game. These two
What
bad
were
boys. Oh, man,
Oh, yes, infiltrator skill and Jedi agitator.
Oh, infiltrator
Could have
skill
never
has
guessed
Scott
it.
beat me too. Oh, no. Not infiltrator
Oh
skill.
man,
It feels like deja
On the
vu.
baby.
yeah, we just talked about this, but I was muted. My bad, guys. And then so those two are great, just going around all the Sentinels that the Luke played. And then a third matchup.
And the shields too,
Oh
right?
yeah, and the shields, yeah.
Yeah,
And
oh, you know what? Hey, about that, was
Oh, this
something
is new
on the.
content.
this is
I
new.
haven't heard
This is
this one before.
we heard
This
this.
is
So,
this is where this is unseen. I haven't seen this.
so on the infiltrator skill, it says
Shi-
it
Shin
takes
or
out the.
foe.
It doesn't just go around the shields. Doesn't it take out the shields?
Yeah, it defeats
It
him.
destroys
When
the
the shield
shield.
Saboteur.
attacks,
That's why it's
ignore Sentinel and
saboteur.
defeat the
It's Saboteur.
defender's shields. So it defeats it. So it just doesn't
That's
go
why
around.
Luke
It actually defeats them
Skywalker
all.
is not very good.
Yep.
It's like what was the one card from
Intimidate.
Destiny?
Yeah, Intimidate.
Intimidate, yeah. It's basically
Oh
intimidate
no,
on a
it's
stick.
the vibro axe. It's the vibro axe.
Yeah, I
not
mean more like
Intimidate.
vibro axe.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
wait, the
Vibro
vibro.
Axe,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
it took all
Vibro
the
Axe.
shields. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't
But
believe it takes out
Vibro
all
knife
the
went under
shields.
the shields.
Like, I mean, for a
One.
what is it? A one cost card that destroys all the
Yeah.
shields and a 1/1. That is
Oh, yeah.
just so good.
It's a good
pretty good.
sideboard card, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Then
100% if you go against a Luke or whatever.
oh yeah, but then third game. Okay, third game. This was the. What in the world was that, Coach?
Was that coach?
Third game
That
was.
was my
Oh man, ear rape! Holy crap! What the heck, man?
What did it sound like on
Oh
your,
god!
your end?
I'm not putting that in the podcast. Holy crap!
No.
Excuse me.
Stop!
Stop.
Anyway,
Topic.
oh, stop! All right. So going into my third game, I I had to play against a Krennic, and Krennic's not the matchup for Sabine, obviously.
Oh,
Considering I
really?
lost. Oh yeah, we just talked about this, but I was muted. So so he got 3 Death Troopers, 1, 2, 3 of them. I don't know how. I don't know how.
Man.
And he had a super
I think
laser tech. So it's the one
so.
thing, I'm thinking. Some people be stacking their decks, and not a cool move, guys. Not a cool move. But maybe he drew them. I don't know. 3 Death
I don't
Troopers
know.
I don't.
seems a little
I
suspicious
mean,
to me.
they're common, right? They're common, right? The Death
They are
Troopers.
common.
So
Yeah,
there's a
they're common.
possibility, but out of 6 packs, the chances. I wonder
Pretty
what the
slim.
actual chances are.
Not
I'm
very
guessing
high.
they're really slim
Especially
to get 3.
because they're a villainy unit. Because a lot of your packs have just like the normal.
The
Mhm.
neutral ones, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Like-
Well, and so I think was it you, old Chicky D, that we were talking about this? Like you could, if you went to 2 pre-releases, you just like throw them in your sleeves. You put them you get one of those little card
Yeah.
holders. You throw them in the back. You're like, okay, if I pull this, I'm just gonna flip it in. You put it in your deck. Boom.
Yeah.
And I mean that's super trash. You should
Oh,
not
yeah.
do that.
Oh,
But
most
it
people
sounds
aren't
like
gonna do
it
No, I don't
honestly sounds
think
like this
people
guy
really.
did this.
I
That sounds
don't
like
know,
he did
man.
it. To get 3,
It's
I don't know.
questionable to get
I
3
don't-
Death Troopers
I don't
and a
believe it.
super laser tech
I disbelieve.
for green
I
Krennic.
disbelieve.
Now,
It's
I
questionable.
will say I did get 3 gorilla attack pods in my Sabine deck, but I have like 80 gorilla attack pods. Holy crap, that's the
Well,
most card.
it's just a
Like
normal
9.
red.
Isn't it
too.
a
It's
neutral
not-
card though?
Yeah, it's a neutral.
It's hero. It's hero though. No,
Oh,
it's
it's
hero.
hero.
Oh, is it?
Oh, maybe.
Well, maybe he did get 3 then. Maybe
I don't
maybe
know.
it was legit.
Maybe. But to also get a super laser tech, question. Plus he had some other
But-
really good stuff for the deck too, and I was just like,
But since Krennic was so dominant in this meta, I feel like if you're going to
This
cheat a
meta.
character,
yeah, in the pre-release meta,
well, in the pre-release, I think if you're going to cheat a character, it's going to be Krennic or
Yeah.
Tarkin.
one of the two.
So
But
I don't know.
yeah, and so I got blown out that game. So I lost the first game, got absolutely obliterated, and then in the second game, okay, this is the one thing I hate about
Oh,
this.
the dice.
Oh yeah, here we go. Back to the dice story that you guys didn't get to hear because I was muted. But so this guy, he used dice, and he used a D10 and a D20. Okay, now I don't like the dice. I think it should be mandatory that you have to use tokens. Why? Because tokens are easy to see. It's clear. There's no dilly dallying with them, really. Or a pen and pad. Pen and pad too. Yep. I'll now.
Or
When I go to.
or one of these little
Oh yeah, an actual
turners.
Oh yeah.
Turner.
Just fidget
Eventually-
your 30 to a 20.
This is my first practice, but eventually we're going to be cranking out some of these babies for
Oh, yeah.
our fans.
Yep. Crack dice.
It'll
Gaming
have a really
Turners.
cool Crate Desk gaming logo. Not too bad for the first one.
Yeah.
But eventually we'll be looking
Like
for
it.
some of those.
Yeah, like it's pretty nice. But yeah, so this guy, okay, he was at what I thought was 19, okay? Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden, okay, because he was using a D10 and a D20, it was on the 1 symbol and then his D20 was on the 9 symbol. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna put him up to 22. I might have a chance to win this game. All right. Then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh no, I'm supposed to be at 9."
Is this the same guy that had the 3
3 Death Troopers? Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
And so at that point I just
I don't
conceded.
know about this one.
I conceded and called it a day. I was like, all right, I lose. I'm not gonna sit here and fight with you about it. So it's just kind of cringe, that kind of way. But
Did he win the event?
no, he lost to another Krennic. So there's that. Yeah.
That also had 3
Yeah,
death
that also had. I think he,
Yeah, exactly.
That also
think-
used dice.
they both used dice, and I'm pretty sure the other guy had 2 Death Troopers, and
Yeah.
I think he had a super laser
like-
tech too. But yeah, but then I
Like
played.
80 health later on the base. He finally kills it.
Yeah, but and then my third
They're
matchup.
both down to 1 card in their deck.
Yeah, exactly. He actually got milled out in one of the games. So, but then
What?
So they were both just turning back
Oh,
their
yeah, yeah.
dice.
They'll
20
just
to
turn it
10,
back the dice.
20
Yeah,
to
yeah.
10. 20 to 10.
Oh, yeah.
They're both
Okay,
doing
did-
it. No one.
Did
19
you guys
to 9.
get
19 to 9.
anywhere close to getting milled out in any of your games?
No,
No.
not even close. But
They were playing both. Krennic does heal, so like maybe I don't.
I don't know. But it was just it was interesting, You
Yeah.
always kind of you never accuse somebody because you can't prove it, but at the same time it's kind of like
Kinda
You know,
iffy,
it's
kinda
a little
fishy.
scummy.
They both had
you know?
3 vigilance in their deck. That's why they both got milled out.
Exactly. No, but then the last game I played was just a Bean matchup, and I won that one 2-0. It's pretty good. Yeah. And then Sunday I went to a big event. It was a 60 player pre-release. Well, but actually before that
Cool.
I got top 3. So I got a cool little Luke box at the one pre-release. And you
Nice.
got a pack, and then you got a pack for each win. So I got 4 packs in there. And yeah, so I didn't
Man, I
pull
wish I got a package win.
I didn't pull a legendary in my pre-release kit, but I pulled a vigilance. Look at that, guys. A vigilance.
Trade you for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so next day was the big one, and the second one I actually liked more, even though the prize support wasn't as good, because they were on like a set time schedule. So like, I mean, we were
Love to
moving.
see it.
It was
see
fantastic.
it.
It was well organized, and there was 2 of the devs there, or well, one of the devs there that worked on the game. There was another guy who was a playtester. His name's Joe. I got to play him first round.
Joe Rogan.
No, Joe O'Neill is his name, and he's a cool guy. So I played Krennic at my second
Joe
one.
I'm pretty sure Joe is he one of the minor devs that worked on Twin Suns?
Maybe, I don't know, possibly.
It might be. I feel like I know. I think pretty sure one of them's Joe, but I don't know.
Oh no, that's a different Joe. Different Joe. No, John.
Okay.
Is it
There's
John?
also a John that worked on the game too.
Maybe it is
That
Joe. I
worked
don't
on
know.
Twin Suns.
Anyway, but so I played him. I played
Cool,
Krennic.
cool.
Yo, I'm talking about my pre-release deck.
All right, go for
Anyway,
it. Come,
we'll
come,
wrap
go,
this
go.
up here. Wrap this up. So I played Krennic.
Yeah, wrap it
All right, Krennic, broken character. I got 2 Death Troopers in this one, which was great. I didn't pull a legendary, which also kind of sucked. And then but we had 55 minutes for deck building, so I basically just helped everybody else out around me. Yeah,
Jeez.
55 minutes, which was the one sucky thing. But
You
then
helped other people out.
yeah, I was just helping other people out building their decks. I was like,
And how good did you do in this event?
I went 3-0, 3-0. I
So you
didn't.
went 3-0, and you built everyone's deck.
That's not true. I
Interesting.
built 2 other people's decks who I never played.
Very interesting.
The one guy
You're
actually-
gonna wanna
He's all like,
throw-
Actually, no,
Yeah, that IG88. You definitely don't play
No,
that guy.
no, I
He's
helped-
super good.
Shut up. I helped one guy. 2 of the guys actually built their decks. They played against each other for 3-0.
How did they do?
So
Oh,
they
okay,
were
there you go.
in the 3-0 round with me, or the 2-0 pairings, and they actually played each other. They were,
Built them good enough, but not that good.
yeah.
Like
well,
it.
one of
I
them,
respect it.
one
You
of
knew
them, one of them.
Well,
went-
you also knew the weaknesses. It's like you sit down across from him. It's like I built that.
No,
deck,
I
so
didn't-
know
I
what's in
didn't
there.
play
Built
against them.
Death Star, but you
They-
also put in
Shut up.
Yeah, the shoot,
Yeah,
The shoe, yeah.
the spaceport. It was a port, right?
Oh, something like that. But
I was just talking
It was
about
an exhaust port. Exhaust port. It was an
Exhaust port.
exhaust
port.
port. Yeah.
Yeah.
You built the
Yeah.
Death Star, but you put the exhaust port. I like
Exactly.
it. I respect it.
Yeah.
No, they both. So they both pulled Boba Fett's. I didn't pull Boba Fett at all. No Boba Fett. Great stuff, And
of course not.
yeah, and
Common character that is like 1 in a million.
apparently, yeah. But so they both played Boba Fett. I played a Krennic. I got 2 Death Troopers, and I actually got some other good Imperial stuff. So I played Green Krennic. I got a bunch of Shore Troopers. Couple.
Who told you to play Krennic? Who told you Krennic was that guy in draft?
You did. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I thought about playing Green Vader, because I also got a stinking 7th sister, a 5th brother, and the 1 lightsaber.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Oh, which one? What lightsaber? The
Fallen.
The fallen. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fallen lightsaber.
I almost
Which
played
is good.
Vader, but I decided not to. Went in with Krennic, and so here's the funny thing. Okay, this really sucked. So first round pairing. Okay, I played against a Vader, obliterated it. Like it was like 30-2. He'd played the game before too. It was like 30-2, and then like 30-7 or something like that.
Wow.
Krennic's just so busted.
Krennic.
And then second game I played another Green
And
Vader.
pre-release.
Yeah, played against another Green Vader. Who would have thought? And so I beat that guy pretty good. I beat him within like the first like 18 minutes. And so we were sitting there for like 35 minutes. Felt pretty bad. And then what are you doing?
What? Nothing. I'm not doing anything. What?
We've heard this spiel 3 times now.
And then no, you haven't. This is the first time you're hearing this. And so then third game. Guess what I played again, guys? Guess what I
Green
played?
Vader?
Oh yeah, Green Vader, another one. And so first
You can
game,
repeat.
yeah, first game, he won the first game. He played an overwhelming barrage, wiped my board. Second game, I I barely won. I had a space unit. He didn't have a space sentinel or anything. Won the game off of that.
Nice.
And then third game, came back, took the victory, went 3-0. Yep, beat the Green Vader. It's pretty good. You know, Krennic's really good in this format. I think he's the best.
Why is Krennic good?
He heals a lot. I
He
will
heals
say
his
though,
top aggro.
I
He
will
buffs all your
say
units. And plays on
exactly.
5.
Yeah.
There you go.
I will
And
say,
same with
His healing
green
ability is
blue.
good.
I will say, Del
Blue was awesome.
Miko.
Blue was awesome.
Del Miko. If you get this guy, just play Krennic. Broken.
Oh, yeah.
He's
yeah,
so
that
good.
Del Miko with
Just
Krennic
restore
is so
one, restore
busted.
one,
That's
restore one. Yeah, because he,
so good.
especially against Green
you
Vader.
got to take Del Miko out, man. If you, I found out, man, you have to take Del Miko out right away. He
Yeah.
drops Del Miko. It doesn't matter which.
Wow.
I
event
don't
you
think
do,
I
take
saw
that
Del
out.
Miko all week.
Yeah, I
even
got
in
one
comp.
of them played that. So, you know, 2 Death Troopers and a Del Miko, not bad. You know, playing Krennic. And the best part was against Green Vader, because you couldn't play his overwhelming barrage on turn 5, because Del Miko was out there. It was so fun. He'd like go to play something like, oh, it costs you 1 extra. He's like, oh man, I always forget. Or like his 4 stroke costed him 3, stuff like that. Just, you know,
Ooh.
Brutal.
yeah, brutal stuff. So I won that one, went 3-0. And then, guys, you're not going to believe it, but I pulled another legendary.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, you're never going to
Show
guess.
us.
You're never going to guess, guys.
Show us, Crank and Chewy.
Yeah,
You
so-
pulled a
Vader.
vigilance.
So
What
I
was the
pulled
other
I pulled
legendary
a,
you
Another
so
vigilance.
didn't pull any of my pre-release kits, but in the extra packs, first one I pulled was a vigilance. The next one I pulled was another vigilance, man. What the heck, FFG? What is this? I pulled 2 vigilances, man.
I'll trade you. I'll trade you.
So yeah,
I'll trade you my Boba Fett for both vigilances.
maybe. I don't know. Think about it.
I
But
trade my home one, but I got to keep him for Chewy.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
So you know,
Green
yeah.
Chewy, baby.
Pre-release event went pretty good. I like the second one a lot more. Because, you know, it was more time scheduled. Although the one thing I will say I wish they did was like, you know, like you get, you know, just first of, or like best of 1 for like the first 2 or 3 rounds. So that, you know, you're getting games in that kind of way. And then like the last, you know, 2 championship rounds or whatever, do those best of 3, you know, that kind of way. Just,
Well, I think to add to that, I think one of the things that would have been good for this event, because I think round robin. No, but listen out, like because a lot of the pre-releases were on Friday, and you know, like the
It's Friday night.
time that it takes, like you know, especially like if you're playing
Oh, yeah.
pre-releases in Minneapolis, where you know, literally your life could be threatened if you stay out past like 10 o'clock.
It's true.
Oh gosh.
Somebody broke into our
and
campus storm the other day.
I'm just speaking truth here, folks. Okay, and
I
so
know.
like
It's true.
I'm just saying, like it would be good if instead of you know, like so, like if you wanted to stay for the championship, you want to watch the top 8s, you want to watch the top 4, whatever, great. But you know, like
Top
if you
Gun
want to
had a
take off, you
pre-release.
can, right?
What? That's crazy.
Like I'm saying, if you do a round robin, you have top 8 and top 4, right?
Why don't you
At
be
the
doing
end,
a Top Cut at a pre-release?
I ain't even doing all that,
you
coach.
wouldn't do top cuts. You don't think? I think you would.
I
At a
would
pre-release?
just do your first 2 rounds are best of 1, and then the last 2 are best of 3. You know, that's what I do.
Best of 3.
Yeah, your first 2 are best of 1. That cuts out a lot of time, man. Make them 20 minutes. You know, make it 20 minutes best of 1 for the first 2 games, and then the last 2 are best of 3. You know,
Well, what I'm saying, like in a pre-release,
only-
you know,
and it's
instead
only-
of dragging out the pre-release and all these games and all this kind of way. What I'm
oh,
saying
one.
is,
I was at 1 for
if you're
like,
doing best of 1s up front at the very least, so the people that like, okay, like you're brand new to this game, you get wasted on, blah blah blah. You're not having to hang out all night long to watch,
Yeah.
you know, everybody's games, right? You can take off, you can have the rest of your night, whatever.
Yeah.
'Cause I just don't. Again, we're talking like FFG. We're honestly, like this is constructive criticism, and we want this game to go more than 2 years, and so the way you do that, in case you're wondering, is you give positive play experiences, and a positive play
Wow.
experiences instead of me having to hang out for 4 or 5 hours watching other people play games, which is boring. Let me play my games, and if I don't do well, let me go home.
I
Not
mean,
me
you-
personally, because I'll be at the top tables, but you know,
I mean, you could go
Cranky
home,
Chewy or
you
something
know.
like that, you know,
You
a
could
golden dice guy, you know.
you can
That's crazy.
that's a crazy.
They did good though.
And they did do good.
I went 4-0.
Yeah,
I
one of
just
them
did
went
a little
4-0.
better than most of them most of the time. You know, that's
Yeah.
it. You know?
But yeah, I'd say make it best of 1 up front and then best of 3 at the back end. You know, even
Yeah, that'd be
even
fine, I
just
guess.
make it best of one at the start. So even like the newer players, if they want to just play best of ones for the rest of the night, so that they're kind of getting going, and then like your top eight cut. You could do a top eight cut, and then those guys play best of threes while the bottom half or whatever the bottom eight just play out best of ones. I think that's a good
It'd be
idea.
honestly, what would be awesome is that they play best of ones, like with the, and then if you lost those things, then you start playing best of ones for a pack.
Yeah, that's what I just
So
said.
you kind of, but I
That's
mean,
what I just said.
but I'm saying best of ones, but then you get a pack. Like whoever
Yeah,
wins gets a pack.
yeah,
Kind of
that's
like
how.
we did
Yeah,
with like Hero Clicks, like you get the guys at the end or whatever, you get to choose the guys and all that kind of way. Like
yeah,
best of one for a
Yeah.
pack, like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
all. I also like. That's one thing I did like about the pre-releases I went to. Red Cap's one of the stores. They gave out 10 packs for 4 and
Yeah,
0,
top cut.
6 packs for
Yeah,
3 and 1. I like at pre-release events. I think it's great for packs to be rewarded as prize because
yep,
it's
yep,
brand new set.
yep,
Here's more. Give more cards to newer players. So
yeah,
they
yep,
have
yeah,
they can be like, "Oh, I can build a deck here
100%,
and, show off more of your artwork." That
yeah.
for
yeah.
the most part is good. Show off more of
For
your
the
cool
most.
Star Wars characters. Try and get a Darth Vader into the hands of your newer players.
Yep,
Well,
So I think
yeah.
giving packs away for rewards is great at pre-release events.
yep.
I think well, and I think these like I don't know. I'm not sure how it all panned out. I don't know the rules of the pre-releases, what the
It's up to
what the
store's
stores were
discretion.
asked to do and what they were given and all that. I
I'm
have no clue.
I'm pretty sure it's up to
But
the store discretion on what they do.
For the most
right,
part,
yeah. But what I'm saying is, I think it should have been more defined. I think number one, you get your kits, right? They have to buy into the kits. That's fine. $30. It's not too bad for a kid. I think it's a good deal, right? But
Yeah,
then I think for the kits, then beyond that, everybody gets another pack. I think that's a great idea. Everybody gets a free pack, so you're getting a crack one more pack, right? But then beyond that, I think yeah, every win you get, because even if you're a new player, you might get at least one win, right? You should get another pack, so it gives you another
huh,
shot
huh,
at another thing,
maybe.
and then like you said, like just do one offs. I mean, why not just dump a bunch of packs on these stores so that people are walking away with a bunch of cards? I mean, because you're still not going to have enough. You're not going to have enough to build a deck, right? Even if you
No.
were to get, like 20 packs or something,
yeah,
which you're not.
I got
Yeah,
34 packs,
I
and
got
I
I got
am
20
in
Yeah, you
packs.
can't.
shambles when it comes to building a constructed
Yeah,
deck
Yeah.
for an
yeah.
event later
Oh
this
yeah, I
month.
got I
So
got
it's not like
nowhere
you're
close.
taking away that much from the stores. Honestly, they're still going to have to crack packs.
No.
They're still going to have to open packs and all that kind of way to build that first deck. So
Yeah.
and then the great thing is, see, this is what I think is the bonus. So we all want to play more than one character, right? Like I think every one of us, like if once you get into this game a little bit, you're like, okay, I really like Sabine, but I'd also like to try Vader. I really like
Who
Krennic, but I
likes
also like to
Sabine?
try,
Jeez.
Tarkin or whatever. So
Yeah.
like, like for me personally, like I'd love to build a Boba Fett and a Chewie deck. So that means like, okay, I crack all those packs. And maybe I got like most of my Boba Fett deck, but I have just a few Chewie cards, right? So I'm thinking, well, I got these. I got a handful of Chewie cards. I got a good deck beginning, right? Maybe I got the home one like I do, right? So that's enough to kind of start that off. And and I feel like if you gave them more, they'd probably wind up building two decks, have more fun, get to play those couple decks. I think it's just a win-win, and I don't feel like it's a huge investment for FFG to give a few more packs so that all those players get to walk away with more. Because to be quite honest, I walked away with nothing, and I was top six. I walked away with two extra packs. That was it.
That's tough to
I
go
For a
walked
through.
top
away with
for a 4-1 for a 4-1
16
finish.
extra
I walked
packs in
away
the
with
Judge promo.
Yeah, it
So
was. Yeah, you got a lot better stuff than us, man. It's
oh
crazy.
man, I got.
6 packs, then 4 packs in a Judge promo.
I
I
thought I would
didn't.
walk
I would.
away with. So with a 4-1 record, I thought for sure I'm going to walk away with like at least minimal three packs, right? Be at minimum like total, like even the free pack plus maybe two more packs or something like that. I walked away with my prize winning was one pack, and
Well,
no offense, but that's kind of garbage.
if you would have got top 4, you would have got that Judge promo, right? Something like
It's
that.
true.
I I don't know. I don't know how they did it. There was six. I think there was six. He had six promos out. So I'm like I think I was top six.
Maybe you
Um,
weren't top six coach.
but I don't know.
Or
I don't
did
know
you
how it
really
worked.
go 5 and 1? Did you really?
No, it's
Because
four
in
and
the
one.
group
4-1.
chat, 4 and 1. In the group
Four
chat,
and
it
one.
sounded like you're having a pretty bad time there at the beginning.
Oh yeah, because you played the
Well,
card.
I lost my first 2 games, but then I won 2, won 2, won 2. But I mean, but like as far as like my record was 4-1
Okay,
because
sure.
the
Yeah,
last
all
2
right.
games were one-offs. So I don't know how
Nice.
that all went into packs and all that kind of way. I think a lot they were shooting by the hip and whatnot. So I
You
don't know.
probably, you know, it probably got lost in translation from Hungarian to English. That's my
Probably,
conclusion.
yeah.
You probably misunderstood. You probably were supposed to go up there and claim your whole box, and you forgot to do that
Yeah,
But
because
like,
probably. Yeah.
you read the
so like,
sign.
but here's the thing: like, my friends Sabi and Flora, they won all their games except the one-offs at the end. They both lost one of their one-offs. So
Yeah,
their and I don't know what their record was if they went like two, if some of their losses were like one loss, like when they did the
right.
best of three, if
That's
they
the
had like
3.
one loss and they won two, or I don't know, and I know that plays into it. But they still their record was 4-1, and they only lost the one off, and they only got one pack.
Yeah,
So
that's your
Okay.
game store's fault.
between the three
That's on
of
the game
us,
store, man.
like I feel like
That's
one of
nothing.
us should have gotten more than just
That's
one
that's not an
pack.
that's not an FFG thing. That's a
Yeah,
game
it's
store
not
thing.
FFG.
Yeah, but it is an FFG thing because if FFG would have said, "Hey, this is how we're going to play these things," so everybody walks
They
away with a
might
bunch
have.
of
I don't know.
packs.
I don't know.
That's not the way I took it. It seemed like stores could kind of do whatever they wanted to do with all that stuff, and I just disagree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know,
Because
man.
if it's my game and I want it promoted, I want to make it sure it's promoted right. I'm not giving it carte blanche to the stores and say, "Hey, do whatever you want. Give all the cards to your buddies that you like a lot, and then screw all the new players over."
the judge promos, in theory, aren't even supposed to be for the players. They're supposed to be
I was
for
gonna
the
say, man.
judges.
Yeah.
So, hypothetically, since they're even giving away the
Well,
judge
then I
Judge
should have
promos,
got
promo.
one because I was a judge.
that's crazy.
But
That's
they
not.
told us when I was talking to the store owner, he said they're not even going to start. You can't even be a judge until like we didn't have a judge.
Yeah, you can't be a judge
Yeah.
yet,
You
and
can't even be
you
a
gotta
judge
you
yet.
gotta go
They're not
through.
even going to release judges until the next set. You can't even start applying to be a judge until the next set.
I know. I know.
So
It's
like,
kind of crazy
how
that
do you
there's
have judge
judge
promos without
promos.
having judges? Doesn't make any
I don't
sense.
know.
Oh,
They
FFG, that
just
one
give them
don't
to the
make no
game
sense.
stores. Yeah.
I don't know. I think. Look, your top. You do a top cut. Top 8 cut. Or top 4 cut. Give all those guys. Do like 10, 8, 6, 4 packs, and let the rest of the guys all just play one officer packs. That'd be what I would do.
Yeah,
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 something
that's
like
what I
that.
would do. Your top 8 should walk away with more than a pack, for Pete's sakes. That's just ridiculous.
I don't.
I'm just saying.
Well,
You
yeah,
top 8, like
No,
when you
you
top
top.
8,
You
it's
should
a
you
walk away
top
with.
8 in
pre-release event.
Destiny,
It's a
you walk
pre-release,
away.
It's
coach.
a pre
It's a
it's a
pre-release,
coach.
coach.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
I'm saying,
pre-release.
wait.
Most
I know it's
pre-releases, more than half the people make top 8, so, like,
True.
you know.
well, that's fine, whatever. But I'm just saying, you walk away with one pack. You agree? So you're agreeing that one pack is good for a top 8?
No.
Exactly.
At a
When the entry
pre-release,
fee is $50, is $30.
you pay $30, you get 6 packs, that's already MSRP. Then you get
It's true.
the Vader and the Luke, and then a bunch of cardboard and paper that you're probably gonna throw away.
It's
Um,
also true.
so you're already getting above MSRP rate for the box. So,
I think your top. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. If I was a store, okay, top 4, you go 10, 8, 6, 4, and then your next 4 guys, which would be your top 8, they all get 2. There you go. Boom. Done.
Yeah,
Or they
but
get a
yeah.
pack
but
per
the thing
win.
is, like, you can't say, like, okay, yeah, everybody's getting 6 packs, right?
That'd be so many packs, coach.
All the top 8 are getting 6 packs because everybody got 6 packs, right? Everybody had to pay $30 to get into it.
Coach, that's a
So
lot of
now you're
packs.
starting, if you're saying like the 6 packs don't count because everybody got those, now you gotta look and say, okay, what does top 8 get beyond the people that lost everything?
What?
And it's 1 pack,
I
is that what
just
we're
well,
saying?
here's the solution to the problem. The solution to the problem is the game store announces the prizing system. Okay, 4-0 gets this, 3-1 gets this, 2-2 gets this. That's what all my stores did. They
That's
had
what
that
mine did.
announced early. And
You're
if you don't like that, go to a
go to a
different
different store.
store.
That's true.
If you like that, go to that
Well, he
store.
can't go to a
And,
different
you
store. They
know,
only
But
had.
when you only have one
Yeah, I
choice, it
was
kinda
gonna
sucks.
say.
well, so then they
And
have a monopoly on the market, and
they
then that's a
do.
bigger problem. So,
This is
like,
true.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
then you're
FFG
just
should have FFG I feel like they should have controlled that better and said, "Hey, this is how the pricing sport's
yeah.
gonna work." And
But
they should
can
have
they though?
bumped it
Can
up,
they
you know?
choose? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
for
how you.
product,
I
they
don't
can do
know how
whatever they
you
want, right?
police all that though. I mean, That's
Well,
How
you
much do
can't
they
police it, but at least you could send it and say, "This is what we're saying we want you to
encourage
do."
it, announce
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
I
least
think they could.
encourage
encourages,
it or
but
something.
I don't know. Maybe they did and we didn't see it or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
It could be. Maybe it's in there. Maybe my game store just chose not to ignore it because we live in Hungary and
Yeah.
we're
That
like,
might be true.
You guys,
forget it.
I don't even think you
We're
guys
gonna
are
do what we
supposed
want
to
to do.
have product when I think about it.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are supposed to
Yeah.
get.
How'd you get
Yeah,
how'd you get
how'd
this
you guys
product?
end up with product?
You can't see this box, but it actually it says Star Warps on it.
Yeah.
Star Warps?
It says
It
Star
says
Trek.
Star Wars
It's Spirit of
Sounds
Unlimited.
Rebellion.
simple, doesn't it?
It's got some it's got some foreign writing on the bottom.
Yeah, made in China.
Yeah.
Does it actually say what does it say on the
All,
bottom?
all the art's a little all the art's a little like blurred and stuff like this.
Mm,
It's not really Luke Skywalker on it.
Mine actually says
Star Killer.
Darth Vader has 7 fingers on his hand, things like that.
well. Anyway,
Yeah, it was AI
it's
generated.
gonna wrap this one up
That
here,
gonna wrap
folks.
this
I
up.
think.
Going for a
Coach,
long
yeah,
time.
yeah, we've been going for like an hour and a half now.
Pack this, pack that. One
Yeah.
pack. Woe is me. One pack.
Coach got one pack.
One pack, Jack.
One pack, Jack.
One pack, Jack. That's my victory. One pack, Jack.
Not one pack.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
after
all you rebels out there, thanks for tuning in. We sure appreciate you checking out another podcast. If you listened this long and heard all our shenanigans, I hope you had a good time. Make sure you remember to keep your blaster in your holster.